If you're like me, you used to love going to Starbucks, have a cup of coffee, and have their coffee cake. This keto coffee cake is exactly like that. It tastes amazing, and it's keto. You're gonna love it. Check out the video to follow on how to make it. My favorite thing about this coffee cake is how simple it is. First step is taking some melted butter. It's a stick of just, not fully melted, but softened butter. And starting to get it all mixed up here. One of the best things about this particular recipe is it's not super eggy. There's some other coffee cakes out there which are really good also, but their base is basically egg white, and it takes a long time to beat up that egg white, and sometimes the flavor of just the like airy egg white type cakes is not my favorite. This is like the real deal. This is like what you get at Starbucks, except it's keto. 3 eggs in. Let's beat it up, get it going here. We got a ½ teaspoon of vanilla we're gonna add here. Mix that in. Now for the dry ingredients, we've got our baking soda. We're gonna do 2 teaspoons of baking soda. We're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of, baking powder was 2 teaspoons. This is baking soda. It's the orange Arm & Hammer box. 1/2 teaspoon of that. We're gonna do 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Notice I use Celtic sea salt. You can use like pink Himalayan salt. Just don't use the normal table salt. That stuff's no good. We're gonna mix all this together, and then I'm gonna add in our almond flour. Time to add in our almond flour. We've got 3 cups of almond flour that are going in here. Number 1, we'll get that going. The last little bit of almond flour, 3 cups. Look at that, that is looking delicious. All right, done with the batter. It looks absolutely amazing. Next thing we're gonna do is make our filling, like the filling for the inside, or the cinnamon little swirl that goes in there. We're gonna use 3 tablespoons of Swerve, and then we're gonna use 2 tablespoons of, or teaspoons of cinnamon, sorry. 1 and 2. The 1-year-old wants to be on the stool. Oh my goodness. Baby's in the kitchen. Mix it up. You get your nice, yummy cinnamon swirl that's gonna go in it. This dough, or batter, or whatever you wanna call it, looks absolutely delicious. We're gonna take half of it, spread it into our pan, and then we're gonna add our cinnamon topping on top of that. So let me get this all out of here. Got the first layer in, now I'm gonna spread around 2/3 of my cinnamon sugar goodness. I cannot wait to eat this. It's gonna be so yummy. I'm taking the other half of the batter and putting it on top. It looks so yummy. It's getting ready to go in the oven at 325 for 35 minutes. After it comes out, we're gonna add the rest of the sugar and cinnamon topping, and then we're going to also add a cream cheese frosting, which is just gonna be fantastic. For the cream cheese frosting, I've got cream cheese softened, about 3 ounces of it. I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of powdered Swerve, 1, 2, and then I'm gonna do a tablespoon of heavy cream. This is gonna be really good frosting. Here we go, 1 tablespoon of heavy cream. And then finally, we have got a ½ of a teaspoon of our vanilla. And we're gonna mix this together for our frosting. Ooh, does that not look delicious? We had to add an extra 5 minutes in the oven, but it looks really well done now. I'm gonna add my cream cheese frosting to it, and it's the coffee cake is so warm, the frosting should spread really, really well. The last step here is just sprinkling a little bit of the cinnamon topping. And this is just amazing. Like I said, my favorite coffee cake. It's absolutely delicious. It has the same texture as like Starbucks coffee cake. I think it's wonderful. You're gonna love it too. Comment below with your favorite like breakfast keto alternative outside of eggs. We added the cream cheese topping, a little bit of the cinnamon and sugar on top. You can actually put the cinnamon and sugar on top of the cake itself and then cook it like that. But this looks amazing. Let's give it a try, see how it tastes. Check it out. It is really dense. It is really good. Honestly, it tastes very, very similar to that Starbucks coffee cake. You're gonna wanna try this recipe. Comment below with pictures if you do. Also, I'd love to know, what is your favorite breakfast, your keto breakfast that's not eggs? I mean, eggs are fantastic, but what do you make outside of that? I think everybody's looking for a good solution. That's been it and all today from Nick Martinez, the Keto Dad. Have an awesome day.